One. Hi everyone, I'm Christine Jossi of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you these really cool cards. I think it's called a pop out, right? Because like a pop out swing card. They're really cool and they're fun to make. And so I was actually given this one as a Christmas card from one of my team members, Cindy, and she made, oh, it's sticking. Been playing with it a lot. She made this one. And I just loved it. I just liked how it opened. It like has just so much motion to it, and it sits up nice when you have it displayed. So I kind of deconstructed her card, and then I made it kind of a spring version. And this one is kind of sending happy thoughts for someone who's getting better. And so you certainly can stamp whatever you like on the inside. So I wanted to show you how to put it together. So kind of already have my pieces cut, but I'm going to explain what I did. These are all my little pieces. So you're going to start with a regular card base. I happen to use So Saffron. Use any papers, any colors that you want to make. I just want to show you the construction of it. So that's just a regular standard card base. So it is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored right in the middle at 4 1/4. And then you need, actually, before I get to that, let's jump right into this card. So we need to do some, we have to cut a circle out of the front. So you're gonna do one layer, so it's 4 by 5 1/4, regular standard layer. I'm going to just put glue just on the outside. I wanna make sure that the inside doesn't have any glue or adhesive on it, because we're actually gonna cut it right out. So this paper is actually a host set paper from the 22-23 catalog. I think it's called Design a Daydream, Dare to Daydream, something like that. All right, so I liked it because I had kites, I had bicycles, so it just reminded me of springtime. All right, so that's on there. So now I'm going to take my embossing Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we are going to cut a circle with, there they are. I'm like, where are the dies? Okay, so I'm using a circle die. You can use any shape, or I think pretty much any shape. A square would work out perfect. An oval would work out. And so this is from the Stylish Shapes, and I think it's the 3rd largest circle. You can decide, whatever shapes you want to do, but I'm just going to cut that out. Just try to eyeball the center. I want it up a little bit because we're going to put that little bicycle in the corner. Now we have our circle, and I like the stitch. It gives stitch both. Well, actually, that doesn't really matter too much for the inside, but we are going to use that piece, and it has the stitching. So this is just, you can use it for a label or something later, but we will keep this piece. All right. So now we're going to get to that, kind of this piece here. So that is, let's see, I called it an insert, that makes sense. So 6 by 5 1/4. So I have it 6 by 5 1/4, and then I score at 2 and 4. And then you're just gonna fold it like that. So open kind of like a Z, like that. And then I have my panels to go on. You can leave them plain, but I think it looks nice. And so those are each 1 3/4 by 5, right? Just to fit on like that. So I'm going to just apply those right now. And I'll stamp that too in a second. So the bikes are part of that same paper pack, but the clouds are from a different pack, but I think they're perfect, right? So it was I had clouds. Yeah. So the 12 by 12 paper, I think it was Enjoy the Journey from the mini catalog, the 2023 mini catalog. And one of the pages had, like, this was on the bottom and the cloud, I forget now. It was clouds and these swirlies, but I thought that kind of looked like sky also. So I thought it worked nice, and it was happened to be the same colors. The yellow wasn't quite the same, but the sky part was. All right, and so let me actually just give this a little stamping since I have it here. That says it looks like spring. And then I found these, I forget now where these little flowers are from, but I thought it needed a little something. Little flowers on the corner. All right, and then I can write my little message. Okay, so now we have our card base. We have our insert, almost done, believe it or not, and we just need some tabs to attach this to that so it has that swinging motion. So these are a 1/2 inch wide by 4 inches. You need 2 of them, and I scored them at half at 2 inches. So you need 2 of these because they're going to be attached top and bottom. So I'm going to close my glue so it doesn't clog, tear and tape, but I want to be sure that I don't cover that score line, that fold, because then it won't work. Okay. I always like to press on them because that makes it a little bit easier to separate. So now I'm going to remove the plastic piece. So I'm going to put them, so one's going to go here and one's going to go on the top. So I'm just going to flip it over and just make sure that, there we go. I'm just abutting it up to that fold line, and then my fold is right there. And I'll do the same thing on this side, like that, so it folds that way. So it looks like that. Okay, so I think the best way, we're going to put it in like that, is to put some glue here. I'll attach that, I will take those off, and I'm just going to close it. So just like our regular layers, there's a border that goes all the way around. So we'll press it down. And then I'm going to take these off. Oh. Sometimes if you can't get them off, you can use your take your pick tool, the paper piercer or tweezers or something to separate them. Okay, so now those are sticky. So now I'm going to close it this way because then I know it will land flat, or lay flat rather, in an envelope. And you have that motion. Isn't that cool? So then what we're going to do is we're going to take that yellow circle, we're going to put it back in there. So I'm going to just put glue just kind of on the inside of that circle, not near the edges. And I'm just going to insert it right back in there. I'm going to press and then open, make sure it pops up. So it opens like that. Just give that a second to dry. So I already did a couple of the things ahead of time. I already cut, so then the stylish shapes come in 5 different size circles. So the next size circle down I did for my little greeting. So that will go there. And then what finishes it off, I think, is I have this yellow ring. And this one, I forgot to put it on. So it looks pretty, but I think it really pops when you have that white ring. So how I created that, so my green greeting was a smaller circle. And then we used, for the yellow, to cut the yellow out of here, we used that next size circle. And then for the white ring, we used the next size circle. So I'm going to take these two, I put them together just like that, make sure they're even. I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then I get a little ring. And then I have a leftover white piece that I'll use for another project. So this I'm going to glue down right on there. And you know they all fit because they're all the right, you know, they're all the same sizes. So I'm just going to use little tiny, teeny tiny dabs of glue going around. I'm going to lay that right on top. Give it a second to dry. And that pops right out, and then I'm just going to find this, and I'm just going to put dimensionals on it. And I just used white embossing powder. You could use, you know, you could stamp whatever, but I thought the white lent itself pretty nicely. And that's going to go right there. Hello. And last, and that's pretty, just like that. I like how you can see the everything, but we're going to put a little bicycle in the bottom. So this die is from the Windmills dies, and I just thought it was nice because it's the same design as the bikes on the paper. So what I did is I attached, I think I used Pool Party, just a little piece. I attached it to some adhesive sheets, and then I put it down, put it through my machine, and cut it out. So the kind of cool thing is, if I can get it, if you can separate the there we go. Once you get it separated, the pool part, oh my stupid band-aid, the Pool Party from the adhesive sheets, there we go. A lot of the little pieces you don't want will stay stuck to the adhesive sheets. Not all of them did. So rather than like poke each piece out, a lot of them stay stuck. So I have a couple pieces that didn't. So I'll just use my poke tool, and since they're sticky, you can just poke them down on something and they'll stick. That's much easier than putting glue and trying to get that to stick down, and then it just sticks. There we go. I think I twisted my handlebars as I was trying to get it separated. There we go. Twisted them. All right. So there you go. So that's the, what do we call it again? The pop-out swing card. So I don't know, I guess that's the pop out and that's the swing, right? I don't know, I just think they're fun. So again, you can do different, I had kind of different greetings on the front. I'll put the circle on that one because it just feels like it's missing something. And then, oh, that one I didn't stamp. I thought that's, again, a nice feel better card and a little spring hello card. So there you go. So I hope you like this card. Let me know in the comments. Move that one over. And visit my my website, mailsomethingpretty.com, and be sure to add yourself to my mailing list if you're not already on it. I send out emails every Tuesday, and sometimes a couple more depending on what's going on, but I try to send out different tutorials and tips and tricks and good information for card making. So thanks again. I'm Christine Josti of Mail Something Pretty. Bye-bye.